primera vez que la vi, me enamoré cuando con ella bailé. Desde hace rato se quería pegar, puse la espalda contra la pared. Y si yo bajo, sabes que le haré. Tú quieres mami, se le viran los ojos, la miro y se relambe. El pinta labios rojo, esa cintura suelta. Baby, si yo te cojo, te subo a la altura. Tú dime y te recojo. Ella a manejar me dejó. Siempre se va a sentir cuando el lugar llegue yo. Yo estaba coronando desde que era menor. Por foto se ve bien, pero de frente mejor. Se dio un par de copas de más. El vino tinto me pidió pausa cuando iba por el quinto. Le di una vuelta por el barrio con la quinco. Ellos cuando me ven de frente quedan trinco. Sola la hace, sola la paga. Donde otra la que se apaga. Está llamando mi atención porque quiere que le haga. Tú quieres mami, se le viran los ojos, la miro y se relambe. El pinta labios rojo, esa cintura suelta. Baby, si yo te cojo.
Every day, oh, crypto, 10 a.m. Every day it's dumping at the same time. Like 10 in the morning every day this week. Ethereum was just at like 3,000 this morning. And every day this week, literally, you're getting like this dump after it pumps. Let's see back here. This is probably like 10 a.m. No, that's not. Oh, it's 9 a.m. Tuesday. Every day. What time's this? 10 a.m. Every day getting like a dump. Look at this past two, like yesterday. There's 3 clear days, but yesterday too, same thing happened. Yeah, like we have today. Today is first forex factory. BOJ, Bank of Japan policy rate. So that's like today. And read this here. You can read this. So the Bank of Japan is expected to raise rates to 0.5%, a level not seen since 1995. And Bitcoin is already not liking it. Why? Because history isn't kind to Bitcoin here. During the last 3 BOJ, so Bank of Japan rate hikes, Bitcoin drops 20% plus. So those dates were here: March in 2024, July 2024, January 2025. Why does Japan move Bitcoin? Japan owns more US debt than any other country. When its rates rise, money moves back to Japan. Dollar liquidity dries up. So assets like Bitcoin get sold. So will we see another drop this week? This was posted. I went over this at the beginning of the week actually. I showed this, I think the first stream I did this week. Some days ago, probably like, would have showed this like 3 days ago. Well, we already saw a hint of this November 30th when we got the confirmation Japan was raising its rates. Bitcoin dropped to 83K. So the big question is now, was that the shakeout or is another move coming? You can see this chart, the other dates it was talking about when Japan did hike their rates. Bitcoin fell, Bitcoin fell, Bitcoin fell. Now Bitcoin's already been falling prior to this, but that's happening. Like that's happening today. And yeah, like it doesn't have an exact time, but it's a tentative. know what time it is in Japan right now, but soon that's going to come out. They're expected to increase their rate. So this goes over some stuff, like I said right there. Maybe why we're seeing some bearish, overall bearish movement still. A lot of maybe price manipulation, you could say. A lot of. I mean, we're in a bearish trend, so it's like the pumps are turning into dumps. Well, yeah, the last 2 days, or even like the last weeks, there's been some pattern. You can see at 10 a.m. there's a big dump, 10 a.m. a big dump. So both sides have been getting wiped out, shorts and longs. There's been a lot of like liquidations just in these moves, just in these the up move, and then the drops. Sellers and buyers have gotten probably taken out. Like I've seen a couple of posts about it, big liquidations. This is where that fear burnout stays longer. Like, what else do we have? Yeah, I've talked about that already. Let's see the rates when it hasn't come out. Maybe when it does, the market might even drop even more. Yeah, the like you can see this thing is like Bitcoin, for example, 10 a.m. manipulation activated again. 9:30 a.m. US market opens, Bitcoin jumped almost $3,000 in just 30 minutes. Around 80 billion added to the crypto market, 80 billion. Around 106 million of shorts was liquidated in 30 minutes. And then 10 a.m. the manipulation starts. Bitcoin dropped 4,000. In the next 90 minutes, around 130 billion erased. Today, Bitcoin erased 16 hours of gains in 20 minutes after the U.S. market opened. Since early November, Bitcoin has dumped most of the time after U.S. market opens. Same thing happened in Q2 and Q3. Some of us call this repetitively. Things change. Dump Bitcoin at the open. Push price in liquidity pockets. Re-enter at lower. Repeat daily. And by doing this, they've accumulated billions in Bitcoin. Jane Street is one of the largest high-frequency trader firms in the world. They have the speed and liquidity to move markets for a few minutes. Jane Street. I don't know what Jane Street is, but apparently they're one of the largest high-frequency trading firms in the world. That's what they're saying is reportedly one of the most likely entities doing this. As of now, Jane Street holds 2.5 billion worth of BlackRock IBIT shares, their fifth largest positions. This means most of the dump in Bitcoin is due to macro weakness, but due to manipulation. Cool beans. Yeah, that we're seeing every day. It's like bad news dump, CPI dump, bullish CPI dump. Yeah, you can't make it up. Like literally, even yesterday, same thing happened today. Price literally surges up in 1 hour. Even December 8th, it's been happening December 8th, since December 8th, pretty much. Like minutes later, it's like 200 million gone. 200 mil evaporated. It's a risky asset. This is where this type of price action gets crazy, you know. All this up, all this down. So that's what we're seeing. We got that Bank of Japan stuff going on. That's affecting price. We got a lot of, just in these moves, it's crazy, just in these moves. So it's starting with New York session. New York session's pumping in the open, but then you're getting crazy dumps in these moves, hundreds and millions of dollars around the table. Saw what it said here. 80 billion was added, and then boom. And then 130 billion erased, 150 million liquidated. People getting liquidated, money getting added, money getting erased. Like pumping, dumping the market. This is gonna just drive us in. This type of price action is just gonna drive us into more fear. We're gonna stay in this fear probably for a bit. Gold went crazy today, yo. We just had like a crazy move down on gold. We broke 43.50 and we just had a crazy pullback. Price technically hit 4,400. If you look at gold futures, we hit 4,400 today, and the market dumped too. Now gold, we can see price action here a bit recovering. Like I had this flush down not that long ago, and we made this high, made a huge high, this push up in the market, taking out that 43.50 level. Like we got above 43.50, and then price didn't hold, but we just retraced right back into structure. This whole move just retraced all the way back into structure here. Came right back to 43.25. Yeah, crypto's going crazy. Gold went huge today. Huge up move on gold today. Breaking above that 43.50. I held some trades. I was in a bit of a drawdown. I was able to hold through the punch through. Good stuff. Now, this just dumped right back, all the way back, pretty much to like the structure it came from. Like this was the low. There was a lot of movement this morning. We just came back to the range, basically, like the structure on gold. I mean, it's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, so like, can it have a rebound? It's looking like it could maybe rebound back up. 43.50 broke, but didn't hold. Like this 4 hour went crazy. Like this 4 hour candle went insane. This 4 hour went pretty crazy. You could see not that long ago it tapped 43.25, 43.30 area. Again, pretty much where we were last night. I was looking for longs there. Market went down. Ended up holding 43.12. Crazy move. The 30-minute, 15-minute, like the 15-minute on gold, it's like we came back into the structure. So maybe it could be trying to just rebound back up, depending on how fast it goes. Like if this 1 hour goes right back up, that would be really interesting. If this 1 hour forms like a really huge wick, for example, like there's 20 minutes left on the candle. If this goes up super fast, it's like, okay, interesting situation there. Like we came all the way back down to here, the range. You can see it on the 30-minute and 15-minute more, like the lows here. So like if this goes back really, really fast, it's like it changes like how the 1 hour looks. Like if the 1 hour goes all the way back up, if it forms like a really big wick. Crazy moves though we're seeing this morning. That's New York session for you. Very fast movements. Yeah, that's the New York session for you. Because the 1 hour candle, it's a crazy situation. The 1 hour candle, like I'm looking at my phone, it's like flipping back up, depending on how fast. I've seen situations like this where the candle goes all the way back up and it's just forms like a long wick. It was definitely a buy the dip situation. Like, I mean, price broke above 43.50 and then just went completely through it. Comes down to 43.25. 43.50, there was no rejection there. I mean, it was pretty fast how price went. I would have thought maybe 43.50 could hold. We came all the way down to 43.25. Oh, this 30-minute, well, we got 17 minutes left on the 30-minute candle. This 30-minute might close bullish. Could get like a bullish close on the 30-minute. Potentially. Big move though. Danger zone, you know, volatility, fast. The 30-minute, like you can already see the 15-minute rejected this area, so like the 30-minute could maybe close bullish here. Next 30-minute candle tries to push up a bit more. I think even gold, like one reason I like gold is because you can notice patterns like every day this week. For instance, it's pretty much had like a bullish move at 8 a.m. or after 8 a.m. this week. So at some weeks you might be able to gauge that or notice that. Pretty much every day this week, except for 1 day. But the last 3 days, you can see like going into New York session is where there's been bullish movement. So like, I mean, I caught a trade yesterday. I bought gold yesterday and today. I didn't send a signal out today, but yesterday I did. You can see the last 3 days you've had like a bullish push going into New York session on gold. After 8 a.m. there's been a bullish move. I mean, so like for the day it's probably like done. It'll like if you look at like it's done the same like Tuesday it pushed up. It's done like the same thing every day. It's pushed up pretty strong. It's had like a pretty strong push up New York session going into New York, and then you can see there was like a retracement, and that one like slowly recovered a bit, pulled back, and then it did a much bigger move later on in the day. So you could see like every day this week there was like a push up in New York session. Today was pretty big. Like there was like 2 pushes today, really. Followed by like a retracement after the market retraced down. And today we just pretty much got that big retracement. So I mean it's at a point where like it could start some recovery with that retracement. Maybe try to retrace a bit, like see what Tuesday did. If you look at what Tuesday did, it started to form some support there. If you here, let's make this a different color. If you look at what like that day did the first day there, it started to form some support there after the retracement. Here it formed some support after the retracement. So I mean, you're in a point where okay, you could maybe form some support from this retracement move. Depending on the market, like I mean, you can obviously see Tuesday went up a bit, and then it came down, and then went up way later. You can see the next day just went up, then it came down. So I mean, like there could just be like a minimal move. It doesn't have to be like, yo, this is going all the way back up. It could probably just be like a minimal move maybe. That gets like a bit of a retracement from this like 30-minute. But you can see prices kind of acted similar 3 days in a row around the same time, like going into New York session. Price pushed up, fast retracement, and then this one slowly recovered, made a new high. If it was to do that, it would take longer. So that would be like, okay, like, you know, like what Tuesday did. Maybe this recovers, comes back down, and holds tonight type of thing. And then tomorrow it dumps again. Tomorrow it does like a crazy dump or something. I mean, if it was gonna go up, it would hold like, it would have to hold like the structure, and maybe tonight or you know, before London session it's already pushing up type of thing, or in Tokyo session it's already pushing up. But yeah, the last 3 days, that's one thing I noticed with gold right now. It's done a pretty like familiar or similar, I would say, price action. Tomorrow, maybe New York bullish first, like maybe even tomorrow New York session bullish first, bullish like going into it before bearish. I mean, last 3 days I've done that. Doesn't have to be 4 days in a row, but anybody who's been here consistently, we've seen patterns like this with gold, where like at the same time it'll do the same thing, days apart from each other. So like if this 30-minute holds, probably make some support here, get like a minimal move up, like a bounce, some retracement. I'm not gonna call like at this time, like right now, like yo, we'll get like a huge move up. It's maybe like a minimal move. Like the market just made a bounce up, but maybe with the next few candles. Yeah, we didn't break this. We almost did. This candle, how much time left in the candlestick? Yeah, look at yo, this is a crazy candle. This is a pretty crazy candle. Went all the way up to here. Before that, it wicked down. It's not the easiest candle to read. And I wonder what the next candle is gonna look like with this. But yeah, I tried to break above. Well, it did break above 43.50. It didn't hold. So, are we still bullish? We don't have to be like crazy bullish this high. We don't have to assume like, yo, let's go up tomorrow like crazy. Because now it's like the end of the week. Price just might have made like, price literally might have peaked out for the week. depending on how the next like 2 candles go, depending on how like the day finishes. Depends how the day finishes, but yeah. For now, it's like what you have like right now is like what the 15-minute shows. This could just potentially hold for like the short term. I think it'd be easier to see where it's at tonight. Like all I see right now is like you might just get like a bounce from this area. Just come back all the way. Might get like a bounce from this area. Yeah, it might be like end of the week, Friday, retracement time. Like this thing might go, because the 4 hour was looking really strong there. So unless in like 5 hours from now, this thing's like up here, it's different. Like interesting. Like where it's at right now, there's still time in the day for the market to close lower or higher. Like if in 5 hours from now, the 4 hours just like up here, it's like, okay. Maybe it's a different dynamic. What time is it? Like 1 p.m. Yeah, so in like 4 hours from now, if like we're up here, we're higher up, it just kind of changes the dynamic. For right now, it's like, okay, price is here. For like where we are right now, kind of just got what we got on the 30-minute. Maybe this holds. Kind of like it's done for the last couple of days. Around this time, I think like it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, about to be. And like I showed you, the last 3 days have pretty much done the same thing. So I mean, if you're looking for like anything right now, you don't have to be. You might hold this area. We're gonna look at price again tonight. But yeah, last 3 days, pretty much same things happened around these hours. So we might, I think, usually from what I see around these times, price usually stalls around or can consolidate. That was like 11 a.m. What did silver do? Silver has like a cleaner bearish structure right now. Gold, the pumps have been like sells. The 30-minute was just green, but it flipped back. But this structure could still hold. You could maybe get like a bounce here. Back to where it was just at. Like a minimal move, nothing crazy. That's all I see for like right now. I mean, that's all that's really visible right now. It's hard to see like a sell setup or even like a bigger like buy setup. I think like when the market closes, it'll be like an easier dynamic of like, okay, the market's closed here. It might push up in the next 3-4 hours. Like, I mean, the 4 hour, this candle's crazy, yo. This candle's actually crazy. This candlestick's crazy. Like, look at the last 4 hours. The last 4 hours clean. This one now is like, what the fuck? It's not the easiest, like, I guess, like price action. It's not the cleanest if you look at the 4 hour. The last one had good rejection. So the last one closed above 43.25. And then we shot up like crazy. And we're back at pretty much like the last 4 hour candle here, you can see. So like the market had a pretty clean move today. Like we're at 43.25 right now. The last 4 hour candle closed bullish and then price just shot up like crazy. So it's not giving us like the the cleanest price action right now after that candle. This thing went up. Gold tapped at that point. So one thing I noticed was like here, like when price was here, like the futures price was just around $4,400 in there. Like the 4 hour there, clean 4 hour, but now like the candle's like iffy. It's like, what's this candle trying to do? So it might be better to give it some time and think more ahead, like, how does it, maybe the market finishes at a different point. But we're back at where that 4 hour closed, right? Open, and where the most of the volume was. So like I said, still like on the 30 minute, see the same thing. Maybe it holds, goes back up, has like a bounce from here. Just came back to 43.25. But yeah, look at that 4 hour. It's the last one's clean. Like the market wicked all the way down. This candlestick went up, down, it wicked all the way down. Typically, like I mean, this candle already made so much movement, but it still has an hour left. Typically we would be long here. Typically we would be thinking, okay, this is probably gonna go up. Now, I mean, it did that, but it didn't really hold it that concrete. Like no candle. Yeah, like 43.50 couldn't break. Now, let's see. Look at that 30 minute. That 30 minute might hold still, though. Like I was saying, it just came back to 43.25. Like I was saying, 30 minute might hold. Yeah, like look at the 4 hours. See this? Yeah, like see here even. Like even this 4 hour, it's like okay. Look at the last 4 hour. A lot of times I like to use the previous 4 hour and like as like, okay, where's the support? Where's the resistance? The concreteness of it. Look at the last 4 hour here. This 4 hour is not the cleanest, but I would still think it could recover. Even looking over here. It'd be interesting to see where we finish the day. Like, what if the day finishes at 43.40 or like in the 40s? It's like, okay, that's like if we get that bounce I'm talking about, that minimum move even, and we finish the day like higher, it's like, and it's more interesting. And it might be a different way to look at price. This moments like this where price like comes back into a range, you can get like quick scalps. Like you could get like quick scalps or like rebounds in the market. But this came all the way back to, again, the last low here, this low. Yeah, 4 hour candle looks crazy on gold. Needless to say. I mean, we had a good shift out of structure here. Like this moved out. Like we had this low, we had this high, we created this low down here, created a higher high. So this clean price action that it did here on the 15 minute, like what it did here to reverse, that's that 4 hour candle, that previous 4 hour candle closing bullish. And we've come right back into that. That's why it's like that's why I'm saying we could probably get like a bounce from here, a rebound. I like to say like a rebound in price. There was a 15 minute engulfing candle that just got retraced. 43.25 got tapped. 30 minute might hold. You know, the 30 minute just closed. It could try to do what the 15 minute just did and pull back and then go back up. Like most candlesticks, when they close bullish or like this, a lot of times the next candle will open bearish. That's kind of what you want to see. A lot of times they can open bearish and come back into the candle but still go up, kind of like what the 15-minute candle just did. Like the 15-minute came down but then it came back up. Yeah, that's it for now. Like, I don't see anything else to look at. Like on 4 hour right now needs to finish off, like finish the day to look cleaner to read. That's some interesting price we're getting up here with gold. Like we're above 4,300. We have like support down here. If you look at gold just by zooming out now, if we zoom out and look at the chart, looks a bit clear when we zoom out here and we go, okay, we got some support here, we got some resistance here. We can pretty much see gold's been pretty sideways here. We got the old high there, like we got this whole area here. And like you can see how gold is just kind of trading. A bit sideways up here. So like the breakout, when it broke out today, I was like, oh, this didn't surprise me because I thought this was a level that could get broken out of, because it's not a level price has not been at before. We can see to the left, price has tried to break out of it, or that's the previous all-time highs where we made that like double top there. All right, so it's a level, it's an extreme level. We tapped into like that all-time high. We could see for the last like bit when we zoom out, we've pretty much just been like going up and down again, up, kind of pressing against that level, like pushing more to it with some force. We're above like 4,300. Down here, 4,200's far now. Like, yeah, 4,200 is gone pretty much. Like, I don't know if we're going to come back to that in the rest of December. Like, I mean, we got... if we get a big retracement, I see it going back to 4,300 or back to, like, this area here. 4,200's gone. Like, 4,200's gone pretty far now. Well, a bit. That's where we really last moved from, was $4,200. Now we've been trading above $4,300. So $4,300. It wasn't the like best, honestly. 4,300 wasn't the cleanest. There was some reactions off of it, but we've created a strong support down here at like 4,275. Market almost came to 4,300 today. Mind you, like it almost touched 4,300 today. There was a good buy here on 4,300. There was one buy off of 40, or maybe like two. Could have caught like two, maybe three. When I zoom out, like I see like this is kind of like more in an uptrend. Way more to me. $4,200 would have been like the best, like great swings. 4,300 might hold like on the bigger picture. Like if we look at like here, you can see, let me just remove this for a minute. See, this week, like, I mean, there was crazy movement today. Like, we saw how gold just broke out like crazy. But look at what we're pretty much, like, doing here on the 4 hour. We're also above all this. Like, we have this, again, we have all this resistance and stuff we broke out of here. But, yeah, like, gold realistically, to me, and it's December, I mean, maybe the volume for December is creating this type of up. Like you could see prices going up, down, up, down. Well, we've been just kind of sitting here. If you zoom out, there's been a lot of day-to-day action. That's gold. Gold moves hundreds of pips daily. Every day it moves a lot. We've been kind of just pressing up against here in this like sideways. I'd like to see, when it was breaking out today, I was like, okay, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen. I was talking about that last night. I want to see price break out and try to get like that next leg up on gold. One more time. How many times have we looked for continue? Oh man. It's like sometimes you feel like you're overdoing it. You're like, oh man, another looking for buys on gold. Or just like bias, keeping with the trend. I mean, for me, keeping with the direct, like keeping bullish bias majority of the time has always kept me on these sides of things, you know? So yeah, I've been bullish like pretty much like all the time, but it's kept me on these sides of things, these sides of things. So it's like what would need to happen for me to be bullish more? Like I don't need to force a setup. It's like, okay, I understand if this happens, I could be bullish. I understand there's a likelihood of something like that happening too. That's why I would like say that 30 minutes holding, like I said, I did say when I jumped on, like the 30-minute could potentially hold. Crazy times. Yeah, if the day like what's the 4-hour? I mean, if the 4-hour goes back up, it could be really interesting depending on how the day finishes. Like if this goes back and this closes up here or something, it's like interesting how it looks then with the chart. Like I said, like you could get like a bounce from here, scalp like a minimal move. Maybe this was like a buy the dip situation that they just want to send price back up, but I don't know. With time of the day, I don't want to predict that. Like I was saying, you could probably get like a minimal move back, but if it goes fast in the next couple of hours, if in like 3-4 hours, when the market closes in 4 hours, this thing's pushing up fast, it's like, oh, that's different then. But like how you know, oh, that structure's holding. Like I said, the structure held here. Remember I said the 15-minute, 30-minute structure. A news week, yeah, this was definitely a news week too, for sure. How's the dollar looking right now? Like, what are some of these currency pairs looking like? Like, what's USD CAD? USD CAD's at, okay. Euro USD's going down, bearish the last couple of days. Nice daily candle, bearish rejection there. Like these look like GU. I mean, and like for me, like dollar has been weak. That's why I have like been bullish on gold too. Like we have had an overall weak dollar. Yeah, there's been like bullish moves in there, but like usually this will bring in a stronger gold. Like you can see, like the last week's dollar has remained more weak. Like weakness has been there. Honestly, ever since this engulfing candle right here, the dollar has been weak. Like I mean that there's been an overall trend there, like down over a period of time, and I think like that's kept gold stronger. FOMC, NFP, the unemployment rates, we had CPI. Market moved crazy. This came back. This pretty much retraced the whole move, like the news move. Like, I mean, it already got like there was a shift in structure here that already got retraced, made a higher high. This retraced all back down. 43.25 literally rejected. There was no rejection at 43.50, but I don't know if the day finishes at like 43.50. That's crazy. Then I've seen days like that where it's like you have like price move like how it did today, and the day finishes just at a price you might have not thought. Oh, but yeah, overall, like when you zoom out on the chart, there's stuff you can sort of break down, but literally look at 4 hour. You could see it just here. This is what we've been getting. We have this resistance here. We're above. Originally, when the market broke this, we were thinking like, okay, we could stay above that resistance. Now we've been pretty much like when you look at gold, like see here, I've said this already, like here, sideways. So we're getting sideways. Usually for me, like these are breakout patterns. Like these are holding patterns, like signs of demand. Usually for me, like I've been trading for over 10 years. So like usually when I see stuff like this, I'm used to like kind of thinking like, okay, the market could try to break out to the upside. So it's interesting when you look at it like that and you just break it down like this. Look at what gold did over here. And look at what it did. It broke out. Look at the date. It broke out on a Thursday. Friday. Like it actually, like you can actually see here the date. Thursday, and then so it actually broke out on the Thursday. And then continued more on the Friday. Well, continued Thursday night into Friday. Friday, New York session dumped. That breakout right there happened Thursday morning, New York session. We tried to break out today, Thursday, New York session. Same time right here. This was last Thursday, New York. This is today, Thursday, New York. So like this has enough time to still break out. If we don't think it does, this could break out still. And then do a crazy dump. I think if it breaks out, then I would be like, there's probably then I'm thinking there's a crazy retracement coming. Then I'd be more inclined on that. It's just like pressing this level too much. I don't know. I feel like there needs to be like a breakout. It tried today. Last Thursday, you could see the market was forming this resistance, for example. And I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just breaking down things that I see, trying to teach you guys some stuff. Like I go over analysis every stream. We've been live for the last 11 months on YouTube and in the inner circle. You guys have seen me break down charts. So don't, and usually I'm right. Usually I'm right. Usually I'm correct. So if you look, that was last Thursday, New York session. It broke out. Now, today didn't break out, but what if today actually breaks out for the rest of the day, going into the night, or going into Friday? Potentially could. Like, I mean, last Thursday, you could see there's a huge breakout candle, Thursday, New York session. Same time this candle tried to break out today. And then it did a clean shot, and then it stalled around. And then continued up until Friday morning, and then Friday morning, New York session dumped. So, it'll be interesting because like literally we're making another, we're making literally another resistance here. 1, 2, now we've touched it more times now technically. This resistance here, right? So there's some force there. It's a level that could potentially try to break out. Now, if it does, you got to understand it's like going for, if it does, that means the market's going for that last push up before like a big retracement. So you don't want to like over chase it. If you catch a move, if it does break out and you catch like a move, take what you can. Don't try to over chase the move, because usually when you get these breakouts, like look at last week, it broke out and then it kept pumping, but then it had that final stage where it just dumped, right? Huge retracement. So if this were to break out, you probably get like some continuation, but then it would have like a huge retracement, probably down. That's pretty much like what price has been doing a lot this year. So I mean, depending on where the day finishes, like I said, I told you guys when I jumped on here, the 30-minute could potentially hold. Now you got the next 30-minute pushing up. I did say that. I did go over that. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. So I mean, there was an attempt of a breakout today. I mean, it could still, like, depending on how fast this goes in the next, I'm telling you, the next hour, 2 hours, depending on how fast this candle goes, it could be closer to signifying like they could try to break out one more time. Yeah, last week it broke out with volume after FOMC, but it still shows you, like, what I'm going over might seem far-fetched, but the reason I'm showing you last week is because it shows you there's still time potentially, like, for this to break out, like maybe have like an extension move up. So it could be time for movement. Like at that point you might not, at that point you might have not thought price could keep going up more, but it went up so much more and then it dumped. Damn. But yeah, that there was that quick bounce there. So far, the structure, like the smaller time frame structure, like 15-minute, 30-minute, like 15-minute held there on that bounce I was talking about when we first looked at this at the beginning of the stream. So far, like that 15-minute structure we talked about here with the low. So far that's like holding, and depending on how that holds, like if it holds longer, that's good. Like even if we get some recovery here and then it comes back into the low and makes a pattern like this, that's what it did, like kind of what I showed you the other day that it did. Goes up, comes back, pushes up for a bigger move. It could do something like that where it pushes up like what it's doing right now, but it ends up wicking back down and pushes up for a bigger move. That has potential, and that would still be like this holding, like this low, this structure point holding. Because again, we're looking at like that 15-minute, and then we're looking at like the 30-minute. So this area could overall still hold. It doesn't mean it has to go up in like a straight shot. Like it doesn't mean it has to just run up. Like the market's recovering right now. Like I said, it was probably going to do like a rebound. It could still like tag this area and work out of it for a bigger move, if that's what the market wants to do. And that's like all that's really visible right now. So yeah, let's see how the next like, that was running, man. This winter's got me. Silver's dropping. I mean, dollar does look like it's kind of trying to shift the end of the week here. Like, yeah, the end of the week is finishing low. We have been up and down this week. The dollar does look like it's finding some strength kind of at the end of the week here. You can kind of see that in like, you can kind of see that in USD CAD as well. USD CAD looks like a head and shoulders in the making. So I mean, if dollar finishes, and it kind of looks like it is, so could be bad for gold. You might see like pairs like this, USD CAD, or what's USD CHF. USD CHF is just kind of stalling. USD CAD looks cleaner than that. USD CAD could be forming like an accumulation, which you could look at as also as like a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders pattern. Something to look at if you see it. Some of you guys might see what I'm talking about here, but yeah, 4 hour doesn't look bad. It's made that shift up. If you know, if gold doesn't go up, like I have a bullish bias on gold, this could be like something to kind of like maybe inverse that or hedge against that. Looking at how the dollar looks, the dollar maybe ending the week off, yeah, a little bit stronger. Like so, USD CAD being USD base pair. Yeah, it did just have an engulfing candle there too. That could be something else to maybe look at. You do have, this looks clean. This looks clean. Like you took out these highs here with this low. Took out the lows. So this looks pretty clean, USD CAD. This could have like a push up potentially from like, I mean, yeah, like you could see this area where there's support. It's a wick there, so this could potentially try to fly up, reverse out of this, or like if it does, like this again, this could go up, maybe even something like this, break and retest if it does do a full reversal. Yeah, USD CAD looks like it's building up. You can see on the chart some build up there happening. You could be forming, yeah, you got nice fib here. You could be forming a potentially a higher low. Potentially it could go up for that like next extension up. That would be like the dollar finishing the week off stronger. Yeah, this might be one. Like, I mean, the daily engulfing, we did retrace it. So potentially it could spike up tomorrow if this structure holds. Depending on if it does and how it does, like if it moves out of that, there could be even like another setup, a break and retest if this is like reversing. Yeah, not much drawing. Yeah, I don't really draw much on the chart a lot of times, literally. But yeah, I use rectangles and lines and circles. I don't even pull out fibs, you know. This looks like an inverse. Like if we were to look at this, like bearish. Looks like a head and shoulders inverse. Looks clean, like bullish. Looks like a good bullish inverse pattern. Head and shoulders accumulation. Doesn't look bad. That's like if the dollar finishes the week stronger, then this could be like something that goes up. Let's say if gold ends up going down, but I don't know. We're going to see gold tonight where it's at, where it finishes off in like the day. If this area holds, we had a huge drop. That's like moments like that can happen in New York session where crazy drops happen. If they come to the right price structure, like this would have been a good buy the dip because you have like structure here to work off of. Like this candle here, this 15-minute low. It's like you're buying into something. You're buying into a point where there's like support here. Now let's see where we are in the nighttime session. That's where we pretty much got to see where price is, how the day finishes, like what price it finishes. I'm interested in seeing like kind of what price we finish at, and where the candle is, like 4 hours. Seeing where the day finishes. But for now, yeah, maybe we can hold this structure, go back up. That 30-minute gave like a quick reaction. You guys could have caught a quick little scalp there. I did say the 30-minute could hold. We'll see where we are in nighttime session. 30-minute rejected. This 30-minute went up. Now we're getting a pullback. Maybe the 1 hour rejects now. The 1 hour looks like it's going to try to test this area now. Gold. We got next week. I don't know how next week's going to move. Like, depending on the broker you trade on, your brokers are probably going to be closed too. There's going to be very low volume. Finishing off the week tomorrow, so let's see where price finishes the week off, where it is Tuesday. And I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about missing anything these days with price. Wouldn't be too worried about missing anything, but if it doesn't change too much, remember what I said about that 4 hour. Like, we're just kind of in this box. We have 1 day left till next week. Next week's might be slow. So it's like, if price doesn't change too much, that's interesting to me. If we're just kind of like still in this rectangle. If we're just like kind of still sitting in this rectangle, it's like, oh, okay. We're in a rectangle, and I think like inside of that rectangle, we're in another rectangle. Well, we kind of were. We had like 2 rectangles at one point. Remove this. We have like another one right here. We have like 2 rectangles. We have like this smaller rectangle. I'll make this yellow. Yeah, maybe like price is still like literally for the next week, like going into Christmas holidays or New Year, we're still in here. But it's like a breakout pattern to me. It's like 2 sideways now. It's been chilling here. It's like more, to me, it's more of like this wants to try, and it tried today. I said this last night too. Last night I said this. Last night I said this is more like a breakout pattern. To me, it's more like a pattern that wants to get broken out of. There's like 2 rectangles inside of the big rectangle we got now. There's the bottom here around like literally where it was this morning. And then there's like the bigger shape of this down here. 2026. Break out the rectangle. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, we got to just keep up with it, really. Because it could be any day. Like, it could be even next week. This could try to break above next week. It could be next week. It doesn't have to be today, tomorrow. Like, it could be next week. Price is still going to move a bit next week. It could be 2026, but yeah, we're literally just like chilling in this rectangle now. Like, the rectangle is developing more into like more sideways now. More rectangular. Like, it's been developing even more now. It started out as a bit, and now like we have more of like a clear shape there. Yeah, you can still watch the market. That'd be like the best option. Like, still watch the market in case anything significant happens. But yeah, like, you don't have to force trades, overtrade, or expect the most, or have huge standards. Tomorrow, maybe last day. We're gonna stream a couple times when it might be relevant, necessary. We're probably just gonna do some training sessions next week, talk about some mindset tips and stuff. Probably like no signals, not the best time to be sending signals. Yeah, so rectangle pattern, remember that, because probably like tonight we're gonna talk about it, maybe tomorrow or even like Monday next week, but we're about there. Monday next week. What's Monday? Monday is there's nothing. Maybe we'll just be streaming Tuesday. Maybe Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday there's all this, and then you got your bank holidays. Unemployment claims Wednesday. And then boom here. Brokers, like, depending on your broker, like most brokers are closed or have hours, like just different operating hours, times that they're closed. Some might be closed for the day, like most are. Just depends. But remember the rectangle pattern, whether it's like tomorrow or next week or who knows, like 2026. Maybe we're talking about that top. Pretty much last week, same thing. Last week broke out. Can we break out today? It's a big breakout to happen, but price did it last week, literally around like the same times. Like, I mean, I think we would just get this if we got a breakout, like a push like this up. Not as big as what it did there. Maybe it was too obvious. The market knew. The market knew I was looking for like break and the market knew like I was looking for break and retest on this level. I swear. So yeah, let's see where it closes today, guys. In like a few hours. What time is it? 1:30. In like 3 hours, 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours, the market will close. And see where it is. It's almost at 40 right now, which is interesting, which brings it higher. Like, if it closes, the higher it closes and the faster it goes up, then that's interesting. That's interesting. So we'll see where this closes today, where it's at tonight. We're going to still stream tonight. We'll be back on for a Tokyo session, see where the market's at. I did say when I got on, that low, still holding, but I'm out, guys. Going to wrap it up for the day. I'll see everybody tonight. Tune in tonight. Next stream will be around Tokyo session tonight. We'll see where the market's at. Aster coin, yeah, I still just hold my bag. It's still a thing for me. I'm still just holding my bag. Down bad. Yeah. I was buying all up here too, so like I'm pretty much down on that coin now, which sucks. I started buying at literally 91 cents. I'm holding my bag, but buying here, I'm not adding to it. I'm just holding my bag. Only coins that I want to add to is like Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. Ethereum, Bitcoin, or Bitcoin and ETH. Only coins I'm like accumulating if and when I can is Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's just it. Just sticking to the OGs right now, the majors. Solana too, Solana, XRP, like major ones, but Bitcoin, Ethereum mainly. Sticking to those for accumulation. If I do like, if it's at a low price, like today, like the last time, like I was when the market was down here, when the market was down here, I bought Ethereum. Like when we were coming down and we were last over here. So maybe in some weeks, we need more trading. I was gonna do a withdrawal today of $7,000 on my account. That's why next week it's like, damn, yo, gold's been moving pretty nice, and I'm like, damn, next week that's kind of like, I'm like, fuck, man, crypto's low. Like I'm trying to keep the ball rolling, and it's like next week is like shit. I'm like, crypto's low, so like if I can withdraw a good amount on a good week, a good month, Ethereum. Trying to withdraw like 20K, 30K, like that, numbers like that, and that would be good bags to add. So sucks that we got next week coming, because it's like because I've been on a pretty good flow. The last couple weeks I've been on a pretty good flow with the market, been catching some good moves. So I've been like scaling. This week I scaled more. I scaled way more this week. And now I'm like, damn, I shouldn't get too risky now. Don't got like much trading left. Trying to grab some ETH. Trying to get some ETH, like get some good withdrawals. $10,000 withdrawals. It's a couple of ETH. $10,000, $20,000, $15,000 withdrawals. That's a couple of ETH. Depending on the amount, a couple more, depending on. So I look at the numbers like that. I'm like, if I could throw 5,000 in an account, let's say I put $5,000 in an account, and I bring it to 12,000. It's like, okay, yeah, I made some profit there, right? If I do that in the week or whatever, maybe the day in some cases. There's been days like that. Maybe I bring it to 12,000 or 10,000 or 11,000, something like that. Maybe I double the account in the week. Right now I'm looking at the numbers, and it's like, okay, like what is that in ETH? If I can bring 5,000 real quick to 10,000, like leverage a balance to just bring it to a higher number real quick. How much Ethereum is that? So I do that in trading. That's how I stack Ethereum, is like with trading. I'm like, okay, I'll take $5,000 worth of Ethereum, deposit into a trading account. I'll try to take that to 10,000, right? Try to double the account. Now I have X amount of Ethereum, right? Simple, right? Nothing crazy. But I'll just do that, and I'll find like a balance. I'll find a good starting balance. $5,000 is good for me, and I could take 5,000 to 10,000 in a week. I could do that in a couple days, realistically. Like today, I'm at 7,100 right now, but I was at what was I at this morning? I was at like 3,800 or 4,000 something. I think I posted on my story earlier on one account. Now I'm at 7,200, but I was at like 4,400 today, and now I'm at 7,200, for example, right? So that's an example of what I mean. Look at like right now where Ethereum is at. It's like if I could have weeks like that, I can stack a bit more quickly like that. It's good. Take 5K to 10K. Maybe I could do that a couple days, or bigger, like bigger amounts, less, more, less, right? But right now, ETH's $2,800, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ethereum, couple Ethereum depending on the amount. Can stack up weekly right now. Couple ETH with just by like for me throwing in $5,000 in my account. You know, I could stack up a couple ETH with these prices. With these prices, like it'd be different if Ethereum was at freaking, you know, $4,900. With these prices, easier to stack some ETH through the week. See where gold can go tonight. Maybe there's a move to catch. I think patience is going to be a real player today. Like for now, like I said, the market's holding this low. It could potentially rebound, recover that. But stay patient. Like New York session every day's provided a lot of movement. The bigger moves have happened in New York. So New York session tomorrow is probably going to move a lot. It's the last day of the week. And then, you know, we have holidays coming. So I think we'll get a lot of movement tomorrow in the market. And we have some news, a bit of news on USD. I think we'll get a lot of movement tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday there's even a bit of movement, but I think tomorrow we'll have some movement. But yo, XRP, I hold XRP. Yeah, that's another major. Like, I would just stack the majors. Like, I mean, the alts are so low already that they're gonna take a lot of time to recover. Like, all the altcoins or alternative coins are super, super low. So you're looking for the things that are more at like a fair value. Like Chainlink. Chainlink's not that bad. You're looking for things that are more like fair value, that aren't dead per se or at their all-time bottoms. If you're trying to accumulate HBAR, Chainlink's not at a bad area. Like, it's not like it would be worse if Chainlink was down here to me, like all the way down here. So it's like a good starting point. Like if it goes down, then it's like, okay, boom, 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 bam, recovery over time. At this rate, we're probably not going to see like a peak market on a lot of things until like end of 2026 is what most people are saying now. I would start, yeah, like XRP is fine. I mean, that just broke below $2. It's kind of like threshold for the last year. It's pretty much where it was a year ago. It's probably where it was like 365 days ago. Like, what? Wait, let's see. December 17th, XRP was, okay, we were up here. I mean, in December 30th, XRP was not that far off where it is right now. I mean, XRP is at a lower price to like the last year. It's not like down here super low, so it's like fair value, I would say. It's really testing its previous all-time highs. XRP is great actually compared to like 90% of other cryptos. Even though it's a really hated on coin, but like the chart is at a way better spot than a lot of other cryptos, because it would recover from here. It's likely like these would, like the top ones, the major ones would recover first, right? Like Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Solana, XRP. I think it's better to look for the ones that are like a fair value, because if the market keeps going down, their value is fair right now. They're not cheap. Like, they'll go to cheap. Everything else is cheap right now. So if the market keeps going down, it's going to go to even cheaper. So if you're looking like at dollar cost averaging, it's like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. Because at least like dollar cost averaging Bitcoin, at least if it goes down, it's like still pretty expensive. Like in a way, if it goes to 70K. Versus like a lot of other coins, if they go down, they'll go to 0.04 cents, 8 cents, 5 cents. You'll hold more value with these coins, and these ones will recover first, longer term. But For me, it's like Bitcoin, Ethereum. XRP is not bad. Someone said XRP in the chat. I've said that before. I hold a good amount of XRP. That's why I have over like 6 figures in XRP tokens. I think I have like 200,000 tokens around there, like 195,000 tokens. I hold a good amount of XRP tokens, like 100, like over 100,000 coins. I don't need to buy it, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't need to essentially buy it. I could try to just hold that shit till $4 or $5 long term, or maybe one day $10 if there is ever XRP $10. But $4 or $5 would seem more realistic long term. If it's like a long term market that we're playing. But this is like more of like a fair value, like where XRP is. It's high, expensive up here. Like you go to most charts, they're pretty much at like their all-time bottoms. Except for Chainlink's kind of in the middle, but everything's pretty much like low, cheap, which, most people tell you that's a bad thing, but like, I mean, it's kind of like the low cheap prices. Like some things are dying, like Polkadot's dying. I had a lot of Polkadot, but this thing is like dying out. I can't believe this coin's just like bleeding out how it is. There's coins that are literally like Polkadot that are just like not returning. They're like just dying out. Render. So there's a lot of liquidity just being drained from these coins. So where will when liquidity comes back in the market, it'll come to these. I think the first Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. The other stuff, it's like I have altcoins like Avalanche. I have like a good amount of those. It's like some of these coins I have like a couple thousand, like IMX or Render. Some of these coins I have like 3,000 of them, 5,000 of them, 1,000 of them, 500 of them. I'm just gonna hold those. I'm not gonna add, like if I like Avalanche for instance, like I think I have a couple hundred Avalanche or something like that. I'm not gonna add to it. I'm just gonna keep it at what it is, or like Sui. I think I have like 10,000 Sui coins around there, maybe more. I'm just gonna keep it at that, not add to it, right? Like the only ones I want to add to is like the only ones I want more of is like Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's like whatever else I have, I'm gonna keep it at that. Like Ondo, I have like probably like 60,000 Ondo coins or something like that, whatever it is. I'm not trying to get to 100,000 Ondo coins or 200. I'm gonna keep it at whatever I have, like my 60,000 coins or whatever, right? But the coins that it's like okay, it's like I want to stack more of like is Ethereum or Bitcoin, Solana, XRP. Like Jupiter, I have like 80,000 Jupiter tokens. I don't need 120,000 Jupiter tokens. It's like I'm gonna keep it at what it is. Let them do their thing. If they die out, they die out. But I'll hold them long term. Just like I'm gonna these ones. A lot of these coins, like Jupiter's, Jupiter GG. Holy, Jupiter's at 17 cents. Whiff, like Dog Whiff Hat, for instance. I have Dog Whiff Hat. I have like a good amount of those tokens. Like I'm gonna keep it at what I have, not try it. The only ones I'll add to, because it's like, at least if I add to these and these recover, I could always, add to these later. Yeah, I remember when I bought Sol a long time ago. And like there's coins like Chainlink. I have like 4,000 Chainlink coins, for example. I'm not gonna add to that. I'm gonna keep it at what it is, type of shit. That like. Boom. Check out gold before we wrap it up. Gold's pulled back to the area, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's still in that area. Might hold, test this area. If it breaks down, just got to look at it tonight. If it doesn't hold this area, gonna look at where price is tonight. Tokyo session. We have that low down here still. And 4,300. Yeah, I'll be back tonight. Tap in tonight.